Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at lesson 4.4, which is solving multi-step inequalities. In our first example, we have 6k plus 3 minus 2k is less than or equal to 10. So just like what we were seeing before when we were doing multi-step equations, we're going to follow those same steps. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and combine our like terms, which is 6k and minus 2k. 6k minus 2k gives me 4k. And so now I have 4k plus 3 is less than or equal to 10. And just like we were solving before, to get rid of a plus 3, we take away 3 from both sides, so that cancels. 10 minus 3 gives me 7. And I'm left with 4k is less than or equal to 7. But I'm not done yet because I want to get rid of this 4 in front. Since the 4 and the k are multiplying, I'm going to do the opposite and I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 4. So that cancels and I'm left with k is less than or equal to 7/4. Here it says rewrite equation to group like terms. We combine like terms and we use the inverse property of addition, and we also use the inverse property of multiplication. Now I want you to go ahead and pause the video, try example A and B, and then see if you can get it. Okay, so hopefully you were able to solve both of these. For part A, we should have gotten C is less than 6.25. And the way we did that is first we combined 3c plus c, which gave us the 4c. And then from there, we went ahead and added 9 to both sides, which got us to 4c is less than 25. And my last step was to divide by 4 both sides, and so we ended up with c is less than 6.25. In part B, we go ahead and add 1.5 to both sides. Sorry, I didn't write that step, but that's what I did. So I have 4.7 is greater than or equal to 6r, and then since the 6 and the r are next to each other, we divide, and my final answer is r is less than or equal to 47/60, which is about 0.7833. In example 2, we have some distribution, so we're combining everything we've learned so far. In this case, now we need to remember how to distribute. So our first thing that we're going to do is we're going to distribute in the 5. So negative 5 times d is going to give me negative 5d. And then plus 10, because negative 5 times negative 2 gives you positive 10. So then I can combine my like terms. 5d and plus d are like terms. That would give me negative 4d. And then I go ahead and take away 10 from both sides. That doesn't cancel the over there. So then you would get 10 cancels and you're left with negative 4d. 13 minus 10 is 3. My last step is going to be to divide by negative 4. Remember, we've learned though that if you divide or multiply by negative, the sign changes. So that's what they did here. They moved my sign to now be facing the opposite way. And 3 over negative 4 is just negative 3/4. So here is my final answer. Go ahead and do the try it, pause me, and see if you can get the right answer. Okay guys, so hopefully you were able to do A and B. In A, what we did is we first distributed, so 3 into both. So 3 times 2k gives me 6k, 3 times 1 gives me 3. And then I combine my like terms, 6k minus 2k gives me 4k. Then I go ahead and subtract minus 3 minus 3. So I'm just left with 4k on this side is bigger than 12. My last step is to divide by 4 both sides, and I'm left with k is bigger than 3. On the right hand side, same thing, we distribute, so 6r, and then 6 times negative 2 gives me negative 12. I combine my like terms, so my 6r minus 13r gives me negative 7r. Then I take away 12. I'm sorry, it's minus 12, so I add 12 to both sides. I'm left with 30 on the right hand side, and to get rid of this negative 7, I'm going to have to divide both sides by negative. Since I'm dividing, my sign changes. See if you can see that it's changed, and now I'm left with r is bigger than or equal to negative 30 over 7. In example 3, we are also having some distributive properties, so we're going to go ahead and distribute first. So that gives me 5a, and then that would be minus 10 plus a is bigger than 12 minus 12a. So I'm going to first try to combine my like terms. 5a plus a is going to give me 6a. So that's 6a minus 10 is bigger than 12 minus 2a. And then I add 2a to both sides to start getting my a's together. So that gives me 8a minus 10 is bigger than 12. And then to get rid of that minus 10, we do opposites. So I add 10 to both sides, and I'm left with 8a is bigger than 22. My last step, to get rid of that 8, the 8 and the a are multiplying, so I'm going to divide by 8. So that cancels the 8. I have a is bigger than, and I can simplify this to 11/4. And so that would be my final answer for example 3. Again, go ahead, try this, try it, pause me, see if you can get the right answer. Okay, so hopefully you're able to solve this. Our first step in solving this was to distribute, so 2 times 3l and 2 times 1. So I got 6l plus 2, and then minus 2l is less than 4 minus l. I can combine my like terms. 6l minus 2l gives me 4l. And from there, I went ahead and added l to both sides so I can start getting my l's together. I'm left with 5l plus 2 is less than 4. Then to get rid of that positive, I subtract 2 from both sides. 5l is less than 2, and I went ahead and just rewrote it over here. 5l is less than 2. My last step is to divide both sides by 5, and so my final answer is l is less than 2/5. Let's go ahead and take a look at example 4. In example 4, we have what they did to both sides is first combine like terms. 4 minus 2a is 2a, so 2a plus 4 is greater than 2 plus 2a. And then to combine like terms, they took away 2a from both sides. But look what happened. We had a special case. 4 is bigger than or equal to 2. I wasn't left with any variables. So just like when we had equations and we were left with something that was true, this is called an infinite solution. So we have many solutions, which is also called an identity. In this case, we don't call it an identity. We just say how many solutions there are, which is infinite solutions. In the second one, there is another special case, which is there is no solution. If we distribute, we're left with 3d minus 6 and then 3d plus 8. Well, right off the bat, I'm seeing that something's going to happen here because I take away 3d and look what happens. Is negative 6 bigger than 8? No, this is a false statement. Therefore, if I get something that is not true, just like when we had equations, we say that it is a no solution. Go ahead and try these two and see if you get any special cases. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to do A and B. You go ahead and distribute in the first one, and after you distribute, you are left with 24 plus 28x. On the other side, you have 28x plus 24. So we go ahead and take away 28 from both sides, and when we do that, we're left with 24 is bigger than 24. Well, obviously that is not a true statement. If it had the little line underneath, then we would say it is true, but in this case, 24 is not bigger than 24, so it's false. We have no solution. In the bottom, if you went ahead and combined like terms, 2x minus 5x gave you negative 3x, and then plus 3, so then I go ahead and add 3x to both sides. That cancels my x's, and I'm left with a true statement, which is 3 is less than or equal to 7. Therefore, my final answer is infinite solutions. I have many, many solutions to this problem. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys were able to solve all of these.